Hello everyone, today I am going to be sharing with you a haul from Biggest Crafts. So today I have 8 different cross stitches from the Biggest Craft or Biggest Craft. I'm bad at remembering things off the top of my head, and it took maybe a little bit over a month to arrive. I do think that was due to the fact that they had to print some of them before they mailed them to me, though one kind of did get separated and was sent before all of the rest, which is what, like, it was a bit odd to me, but it's whatever. Also, I'm not sure if maybe they had trouble finding one or why there's like 8,000 stickers on this one, but it is what it is. So all but 2 of these are Joy Sunday. And I'm going to start with the 2 smallest ones, and then we will go from there. So this isn't the smallest one, but this one's called Autumn Fruit 3. Typical packaging, and I'm just going to go over this now. I'm not going to show this for every pack. Every pack is going to have your information on the back, the same kind of logo, and they're all going to be in the same bag. And that's right, these don't come with a toolkit, but yeah. Let me see if I can yank this out. There we go. Alright, so they have the picture again on the pattern, which fits onto one page. This is very thick paper, but the whole pattern fits onto one page, and I'm very grateful for that. But as you've probably heard if you watch my videos before, I do not like this seam. I have ADHD. I'm a little bit dyslexic, and I just have a very hard time kind of following this, and it takes me quite a while to kind of get the back stitching from there. But I do feel like back stitching is necessary in most cross stitches. So this pattern comes with 28 colors. It looks like 3 are half stitch, 1 is a French knot, and 2 are back stitch. Now, this isn't the biggest baby. So this does, or all of these from the store, they feel a little bit starchier than what I'm used to, but that's fine. I'm assuming it's going to make washing much easier. I do think that the printing on this one is a little lackluster. It is hard to read. It is very blurry, but that's why we get the paper patterns as well. So you can definitely make out what goes where. Like the berries are up here and down here, or not down there, right here. And the flowers, and then all the leaves coming off in the stems. So that's also very good. And this is all the floss it came with. Oh, it says 28, but I'm seeing 29. Did I say 29 or did I say 28? 28. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed right here. It comes with 29 colors. There's one that isn't in full stitch. Let me get this out. So you can clearly see all the berry colors in here, like the oranges and all that. All the greens over here for the leaves, the whites and blues for the flowers, the darker blues and teals for the kind of shadowing here, and then not a whole lot of browns that I'm seeing for the stems, but it is in there. And I'm sure this is more than enough floss considering how small it actually is. And it is a 14 count. So this is the first kit. Let's see if I can get it back in there. I'm going to try and not take too long on these. The smallest kit I bought is the ducks, and I know that when they're labeled on websites they're being called the goose. I did find the original artist. These are not geese. These are in fact ducks. It comes from a series of postcards that I believe are called traveling ducks, and you can find them in pictures just doing things around different countries and different states and all that. So they are in fact ducks. I'm pretty sure that it was just labeled differently because they tend to label things randomly on these cross-stitch sites. Like, I've seen a picture of a ferret called a sloth. But English may not be their first language, and they may also not have all the same animals and species we do, so I do not judge. Having trouble. Alright. So on this one, they show you how it is on the canvas versus on the printed pattern. Super cute though. I'm probably gonna do like quarter stitches here so that red is not seeking out, but that is fine. Let me see. 24 colors, 4.5 stitch, 1 in French knot and 1 in back stitch. And this is just the tiniest little thing. It is so cute. It is such a little snack size. And I honestly wanted to start this as soon as I opened my package, but I wanted to show everybody first. So I did not do that. Now again, just like with the other kit, this feels starchy. A little bit less so though. It doesn't feel like it has that dampness to it. But it is still hard to read these. But I can make them out on this. So it should be fine. So we get all the threads, the red for the underside of the beak, the greens for the grass, blues and grays for the water, and then some browns for the dock, and then white for the ducks. Again, not a whole lot of floss here, and all the kits do come with 2 needles. They are just kind of stapled right on there for you. And this one is also 14 count. Cute ducks. Just going fishing. Yeah, I'm just going to toss them aside. The next one is called Waterfront Home 4. This one is not as big as I thought, but I don't really know what I was expecting here because you can very clearly see, like, if you can see the pixels that closely, you know it's not going to be a super large kit. But I was very excited to finally get this in the mail as well. So again, not super large. Back to the damper, starchy feeling. But again, that's fine. As long as it washes, I'm happy. You can see that these are like freshly printed too because how intense the color is. Because with some older kits or kits that I know were in stock and shipped really quickly from other places, they weren't nearly as saturated. But this also could just be another sign that they did put a lot of starch on this, so it absorbed more of the color. So you can very clearly see every square on here. Nothing looks confusing at all to me. The printing down here is a bit clearer, which is very good, and that makes me very, very happy. Okay, so this one's just kind of like a flip page. 27 colors total. There's 26 in full stitch, 5 in back stitch. And it looks like that's it. And they do tell you what's on the canvas versus what's on the chart. Your needles and our threads. You can see all the greens for the trees, the purple for the water reflection along with the blue, the black for the shadows, the pink for the sky. I was about to say, where's the pink going? Pink for the sky, some yellows for the highlights in the sky, yellows for the highlights in the window. It's all just such a cozy, warm vibe. And that's why I really wanted this kit, because it looks almost exactly like a cabin that my family used to go to during the summer. We would stay there for a few weeks, and almost every time we went there, there was always a night where there was just this intense hailstorm, and I was so fascinated by it. There were like several bunk beds in these cabins, and then kind of like a master bedroom. It was beautiful. I truly do miss going there. But I bought that one for nostalgia. This next one also reminds me a little bit of a childhood home I had, only there wasn't water like everywhere, and the other farm was kind of like on the other side of a fence up the hill from us, which was terrible because when it rained, all the cow manure would come down the hill to our land, but at least our grass was growing. So this one is called European Styled Villa, also 14 count. I think all of these are 14 count except for one. Let's see. So there's 38 colors. It looks like 36 in full stitch, 1 in French knot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in back stitch. And they are kind of showing you what page goes where, and where I have a lot of confusion sometimes looking at pictures like this. That is so helpful. I am so glad they did that on this, especially since, I mean, all of these, except for maybe 2, I was so excited to get. But very clear printing. Very beautiful. I don't think they show you what's on the canvas versus what's on, you know, the printed pattern, because I'm not seeing it anywhere besides here. So that, you're gonna have to go by the numbers, I guess. Oh, now I'm getting very confused. 36. Because, oh, okay. I was lost because it starts down here and then continues up here. I was like, there's no way it's only those. Beautiful printing in lots of shades of blues and kind of purples and purpley burgundies. You can very clearly see what is where. None of these symbols look hard to read to me. This printing is obviously visible. This smaller stuff is definitely harder to see. It could just be me though, I don't know. Hold on, there we go. A little less starchy with this one, so it's a little bit firmer, but that is fine. I love all the greens and just the natural colors that are in this kit. Oh, that's cute. Just a little half card. I haven't seen that before. It does confirm it's 14 count. You have your 2 needles. And so we have all our greens. Some reds and pinks for the flowers. Your blues for the sky. Not a whole lot of white. Huh. Because this is what I'm seeing for white. But look at... You know what? That must not be stitched. I'm going to assume that is not stitched. Sorry. Gotta fold these up. If I leave them loose, the cat will get them. Europe style villa. This next one, this is the one that made it to me first before any of the other ones did. And I think there was a sticker peeled off, so I think they might have had to replace a stock number or something. So this one is called Pomegranate. Nothing fancy about it. Let me see if I can even get this out. Come on. Oh, well, the whole thing wants to come, but I don't want to fight that paper to go back in. All right. Where do you open? Oh, so it's like a booklet, but it's not stapled. All right, where's the... Yep, so they show the separated pages for you again. Love that. 18 colors, 17 in full stitch, 1 in back stitch. Again, I don't think they show us the difference between what's on the printed pattern and what's on the canvas. So this one's kind of printed in pastels. This is bigger than I expected this one to be, but that is fine, because I don't think it's going to take too long to do. It is 14 count again. You can read the print down here, which is good. And it's very easy to tell what the squares are. But to be fair, there's not a whole lot, if any, confetti in here. I almost forgot what it was called. I've been working on pieces that have 0 confetti in it, so it just slipped my mind. Oh, so that's interesting. And let me show you what I mean. There's all these blues in here, and none of them are this shade. None of them. I see darker ones that are similar to gray, but there's a whole lot of this color for me not seeing it in all in there. I do see this a lot in there. And I do see this. I'm not seeing so much of this. Maybe a little bit up here, but up here that looks more like this. So I'm also wondering where this is coming from. That is going to be interesting to see how this works up, considering these colors aren't very close. This green, though, these greens are pretty much spot on. So at least the leaves will, you know, come to fruition. Wrap that up. Pomegranate, 14 count. This next one is one of the top 2 I was the most excited for, because I love my peacocks. So of course I had to get this. It's called Peacock Castle, also relabeled, or you know, they got rid of their I'm sure their dropshipper label or what have you. It's my son getting excited in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. Get out! Stop biting me. One of these days you're gonna have to come out anyways. That is bright. Okay. Whoa. 55 colors, you guys. 54 in full stitch. 4 in French knot. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in back stitch. Really? Because you can't really see a whole lot of back stitch. Like up here, maybe the castle and a little bit in the tail. Wow, I would not have expected that many colors in there. And look at all of those French knots. I have one piece I've been working on for 2 years, and the only reason it's not done is because the entire picture is covered in French knots. And that's only one color of French knot. This is multiple colors of French knots. That is crazy. So they do split it up again. Say hi to my son, here he comes. It does not look like they're showing you the difference between the symbols on the printed pattern or the canvas again. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. He just loves to come out here and be loud. Alright, which way is this going? This way. Yep, Peacock Castle. So this one I can see people having trouble with it, especially since all those French knots are kind of covering up a lot of stitches in there. And one thing I don't like about patterns like this is that we're going to cover that up anyways because those come last. So I wish they would leave it off the printed part, especially since they do kind of slap it all over like the printed or like the actual paper pattern. And you can't always see underneath those hordes of French knots. And I've definitely had trouble with, not stitches, patterns in the past where I had no clue what colors went under them, because some of them that I have done, they are so densely packed, I have no clue what color is supposed to go under it. And so I just leave it empty and just cover it all with French knots, because what's the point of laying down stitches if you're not going to see them anyways? So that is a problem for me. This is readable. It's very dark though. So if you pay attention, I don't see too many symbols next to each other that are similar. None are similar enough to where I wouldn't be able to know the difference though. So I'm noticing the colors look a little bit more saturated on the threads than it does in the photos. That doesn't bug me, because if you look at them side by side, you can still see that all the values are there. It's just more saturated. So I'm totally fine with that. And I'm not going to go through what goes where, because this is quite literally rainbow barf all over this picture. But it does come with the 2 cards. And ooh, I love this. It's like a gentle minty green. I love that. I'm going to enjoy doing this one when I get to it, but I am not going to enjoy the French knots. I love backstitching, but French knots, I'm so bad at them, so I hate doing them. Alright, this one, there's not much to show. I know what one this is. It's this. I honestly only added this so I could make free shipping. It's counted. And it is poorly cut, but at least it's edged. This is very hard to see as well, which is odd given that it's such big font. But yeah, I can't really control everything. I can't even really see the image here, but I wouldn't have expected anything else because you can barely see it here. And I'm probably not going to use this. I'm probably going to wash this and save it for something else, like a pattern I buy off of Etsy, because I don't want to do all that backstitch. So I'm probably going to go ahead and look for a Tweety type Aida and just stitch over that so I don't have to touch the background. And then I will just save the extra floss they gave me for it, because you can never have too much floss. I'm not going to take this out. You can see all the colors are there. They look fairly accurate to me. Yeah, they look very accurate to me. So these ones do come with the thimble ring, the needles, and the threader, all the unnamed kits. Here comes my son again. 30 colors, and they are all just completely and totally full stitch. So I am going to go ahead. Let me see if I can fold it first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my own backstitch, because there's no way this is going to look good unless I add that backstitch. Hi, honey. So this last one is a spring kit, and spring is my absolute favorite. I love that they come in these bags. I just wish they didn't always get so damaged. And this one right here is pretty much the whole reason I made an order in the first place. I went to the website to find this. It was the cheapest price I could find it over all the websites, so I bought it there, of course. And, you know, we do what we do. We browse, we add more to our cart. Oops. And we buy more than we need. But, yeah, let's not get on too much with that. I don't see a name for it on the front. So the pattern is kind of in a stapled booklet. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm assuming, yeah, I'm gonna have to rip the staples at some point to see it. I don't really want to do that right now, so I'm going to just flip it. So it's looking like 28 colors. 28 in full stitch, 18 in half stitch, and 8 in back stitch, and 2 in French knots. So that's not too bad, and they do show you what it looks like on the canvas versus what it is on the printed pattern, which is good. They also give you that diagram that helps you follow along, which I also love. Very happy about that. Where's the front? Okay, I just don't want to keep this all folded and damage it. So they give you extras. They are numbered so you can identify them. And then you get your card. There is a lot of thread on this card. Your 2 needles stapled on there, kind of like what Joy Sunday does. Just lots of beautiful colors and all your purples and your oranges, and it's just such a beautiful image. I don't even know how to wrap this. There's so much here. Oh my goodness. This is probably my favorite kit from spring of all time. Hands down. I don't think there is another cross stitch kit in the world I will love or be more excited for than this one. So your instructions come in a little... Sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. He's autistic and he gets really excited sometimes, and he just kind of... all the energy comes out in the form of screams. He turned on a hex bug and it vibrated, and he was enjoying it. He thought it was funny, so he started screaming about it. But, yeah, your instructions kind of come on this. It goes in depth, more so than it seems Joy Sunday does. And then, look, they packaged it separately. How sweet. Oh my goodness, I can't stop staring at this. Look, there's right here, these colors. I love it. Sorry, back to the printed pattern. Ooh, if I can open it. All pastels all the time with spring, from what I've noticed, but there is very little, again, I forgot what it's called. I forgot it partially earlier. Now I can't even remember what it's called. Confetti. There we go. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting that word. It looks like there's very little confetti in here. Like a tiny bit up here with the green circles. It doesn't look... I mean, just anywhere it looks like it's just the green circles. But everywhere else, there's decent sized portions to stitch at once, which is great. Hold on a moment. I have to stand up off my knees. Alright. You can see it. Where's that photo? Alright, this huge. And this one is the 14 count one, because all of Spring's designs are 14 count. It's just such a clear image to see. I am so in love with this, but I have a large one in the works already with peacocks on it. And me being me, I have to finish one before I can start one, no matter how bad I want to start one. I don't know what it is, but if I start one without finishing one, I will go into a spiral. I should probably package this back up for now, I guess. Well, I'm not going to pull them all back over here and then reorganize them, but this is pretty much everything I got from the biggest craft. And I have never been so excited to get my mail. And I've never had to wait so long while being so excited, but it's okay. It is what it is. Everything got here safe, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up to help other people on YouTube find me. If you've had experiences with Biggest Craft, please feel free to leave a comment or just go to my channel and browse or subscribe. Thank you guys. I hope you all have a good evening.